Hello everyone. Hello, my name is Jason Prieto, and today I am going to present my meaningful experience in my practicing process. In addition, I am going to express and answer the different questions proposed in the guide of the course. Reflection and key learnings. My practice process introduction. I will be sharing the most important parts of my practical experiences carried out during the academic period in the course of testing and evaluation in ILT. The purpose of this presentation is to highlight the key aspects of my practical journey, my practical experience, and the significant objectives achieved and the lessons learned through the process. The practice process involves several stages. Initially, we conduct a needs analysis to identify the areas where practical application was most necessary. Following this, we develop a detailed plan outlining the steps and resources required through the process. Regular feedback sessions were held to ensure continuous improvement and alignment with the course objectives. An overview of my practical experiences. To begin, let me provide an overview for the practical experiences I engaged in. These experiences were designed to bridge the gap between theoretical knowledge and the real-world application. They included hands-on activities, collaborative projects, and individual assignments that allowed me to apply a concept learned in the class to practical scenarios. I proposed 4 basic objectives, and the practical experience were aligned with several significant of those objectives. The first was enhancing critical thinking and problem-solving skills by tackling real-world challenges. It means that students, the objective was the students use the knowledge acquired in the real life, in the daily life, in their home, in their classroom, outside the classroom. The second objective is improving collaboration and communication skills through the group projects and peer interaction. Of course, I try to foster the working on groups, the collaborative working, and giving always the different tools and the different clear instructions to make different projects in groups or in pairs. Third, to develop competencies relevant to the course, such as clear understanding, reading, comprehension, speaking, vocabulary, and listening. Those were the most significant competencies that I tried to develop in the students. And finally, encouraging reflective practice to foster continuous learning and self-improvement. Some of the key projects that where I participated in include the first was the means of transport. The objective was to recognize the vocabulary related to the means of transport, and in addition, the students expressed their favorite choice, which was the favorite means of transport, and finally they had to build their favorite means of transport using recyclable materials. For example, bottles, boxes, and different reusable materials. The second one was the simple past. On this activity, I tried to foster the writing skills, of course, and it was to recognize and to use the simple past through writing actively, telling their experience on their last vacations. Then students had to write a text after the explanation, after all the class. The final project was to write a text expressing all or telling us all what they do, what they did on their last vacations. For example, the place, the different activities that they they do it in family, and all what they practice on these vacations. The third objective was a diagnostic test application. On this activity, the objective was to determine the English level and knowledge of the students in this area, and to focus on weakness, of course, identifying the strengths and the weakness to plan a better a working plan, to make a working plan to surpass all the obstacles. And finally, the lesson plans. On this stage, I prepared different lessons plans in order to reinforce the weaknesses that students had in different topics according to the working plan that the school was working. The challenges and solutions. Through the practice process, I encountered several challenges, such as the student who confused the future tense, the use of will and the use of going to. To cover this, I employed strategies like to use explanation, different examples, images, and at first in English. At first, in the first examples, I tried to explain in Spanish, and gradually I increased the level of the complexity, and I use less Spanish and I use more English, which improve effective in addressing the issues and enhancing my learning experience and the experience of my students, because it was a difficulty that I faced in this practice. In addition, another difficulty was on reading comprehension. When I was working simple present, I give them a short paragraph, a short passage related to birds and the main characteristics and the preferences of birds related to food, where they live, and actually it was a easy vocabulary, but students was confusing the animals and the food, and they didn't understand all the text. I tried to apply a passage for students of first or second grade in students to fifth grade, but actually it was difficult. Then I could evidence the English level in students was very, very low. Then I tried in all my classes to offer more or less 15-20 minutes to study different vocabulary each class. One class it was the vocabulary of animals, another family, another furniture in the house, another city places, the basic vocabulary that they need to write a text or to understand a text when they are reading. And my reflection and conclusion. On my practical experiences, I learned several valuable lessons. Firstly, the importance of adaptability and being open to feedback cannot be overstated. Secondly, the collaboration with peers provide diverse perspective and enrich the learning process. And finally, the practical application and theoretical knowledge significantly reinforce my understanding and retention of the course material. In conclusion, the practical experience during this academic period were instrumental in achieving the course objectives and preparing me for the future professional challenges. I am really grateful for the opportunity to apply what I have learned in a real world, in a real situation and context, and look forward to continuing this journey of continuous learning and improvement. Thanks to everybody. See you next. Bye bye.